All right, so 2025 is when I decided enough was enough, right? And I really, really wanted to really start my journey. Um, so I'm making this video because I want to show my future self the dedication, consistency that I want to have, right? I've been posting little shorts and snippets of what I do on the side, but I want to tell my story a little bit more. So growing up, I was always chubby, right? I was a Latin kid with a grandma who loved to cook and loved to feed us, right? And so I was always chubby, but not necessarily fat. When I went to middle school, I was going through, puberty and changes and stuff, and I was watching a lot of cartoons, and I decided to do like push-ups and stuff like that. And once I saw results for the first time, I was like, okay, yeah, this is something I like to do, right? I remember being in 8th grade with like 4 kids had muscles, and I was one of them. So I thought it was super cool. So I got really into fitness. Fast forward freshman year of college, I joined the football team, I joined the wrestling team. Freshman year of high school. Pretty much I was obsessed with working out, and my body showed that, right? Like I was all about fitness. I was all about lifting, granted it was for wrestling and football, but even after sports season was over, I got my membership at the gym, and I was always working out, and my body showed, right? And once I finished high school and I went into college, I stopped having a coach yelling at me to run, and I stopped having a consistent schedule, and I gained what they call the freshman 15. And from there, it gradually got worse. And I remember like noticing my body change, right? The definitions of my muscles going away. And I was already knowing I was going to that slope, so I just pretended I was bulking or whatever. And I started lifting, no cardio, eating a lot, lifting. And I started getting bigger, you know what I mean? I guess I did an unintentional bulk, but that's what set me down the path. From there, I literally kept bigger until COVID happened, where the gyms were down. So then the consistency of eating without any exercise, right? Because you still burn a lot of calories lifting, It kept me in like a circle of like, I was looking bigger, no 4-pack, but definitely had like, big arms and stuff. That all went away. And I gained 70 pounds during 2020. And I look at the pictures from March 2020 all the way down to August 2020. It is a completely different person. I've been struggling with my weight since 2020. And at first, it was something that was easy to understand. Everyone blamed COVID. But there are situations where people during COVID lost weight. There are situations where people during COVID stood the same or are buff now, right? They're locked in the house and they're doing push-ups all day, pull-ups all day. There's never an excuse, but I felt comfortable under my excuse. And I started so many weight loss journeys throughout that, right? 2021, I decided enough's enough. 2022, I decided enough's enough. 2023, I decided enough's enough. And that's when I realized I couldn't lose weight. I couldn't do something about what was going on. And I tried looking for medications. This was a little bit before like Ozempic and all that stuff came out. And I tried to look for options, and, there were no options for me in my weight and my age, because, I remember literally talking to doctors and they're like, dude, you're 20, you're 23, 24. Like, what's going on? Like, come on, and it wasn't until, and I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be super, vulnerable here. I hit that mark that I consider rock bottom, where I was pre-diabetic, high cholesterol, I'm only 5'5", so I was 245. Once that scale hit, none of my clothes fit. I had to do a complete new wardrobe because it was no longer 70 pounds, right? We're talking I gained significantly, almost 100. I was almost, I think, 95 pounds in total, right? Like when I was in my fitness trend, I was like 165. So to go to 145, we're talking about 80 pounds here. It was a scary thing. My loved ones were concerned about me. I looked unhealthy. I felt unhealthy, right? Like I went from waking up with an immense amount of energy to, waking up that it was a drag, right? It affected everything, especially the things that I love to do, right? Because part of when I was fit, I got, really into like rock climbing. I got really into kayaking. I got really into, a lot of outside activities that now I was struggling. And it was at that point where I said, enough's enough. And this is where I feel like a lot of us fall out. At that point, I remember saying, I need to lose weight. And because I had the knowledge of how to lose weight, this is what's the most frustrating thing about my situation. I have knowledge of how to lose weight. I know how to do it because I've done it before. And I knew how to get back to where I was. But it was that dedication, right? That consistency that would stop me. So I would lose 15 pounds and everybody would congratulate me and then I would fall, right? I would lose 15 pounds, 10 pounds. I would be, I would just fall. And I remember I would have like 3 weeks of just pounding, right? I'm talking about treadmill. I'm talking about, jump roping, lifting, changing the way I ate. And then it would just take one party and I would boom, gain 10 pounds back. I started changing the way I ate. I officially lost out of the pre-diabetic section. I was getting healthier. I was getting compliments about me losing weight and boom, I would fall again. And I was so tired of this cycle of just losing 10 pounds, 15 pounds, gaining 5 back, right? I have a picture here. I got big and small within a whole year frame. And I realized that I'm never going to break out of this cycle until I get everyone's thoughts out of my head, right? Even when I hear a compliment, even when I feel like I'm doing better, I had to get it out of my head because I kept rewarding myself for only starting. And so November of 2024, I had a serious talk with my wife. Because I would look at myself in the mirror and I would see something that wasn't true. I would look at myself in the mirror and I would see me losing weight. I would play illusions in my head, but then I would look at a picture, right, and be like, "That there's no way that's me." So I had a serious talk with my wife and I said, I need help. And, she's been an amazing support system through this. She changed the way she cooked. She, started cooking my meals for me, like side meals. And, we got rid of all the juice, all the stuff. And, I started losing weight again. And I really, I went from 145, I went to 120, 123. And that was just from the diet. I was doing a little bit of working out here and there, but the consistency was not the same. And I went to 120. And then recently, I'm talking about, this was November of last, this is like, 2 months ago. And the holidays came apart and I was terrified. I was like, nope, this is the same cycle, right? I lost 20 pounds and now, what's going on? So I said, I'm going to limit my enjoyment of of the holidays, but I need to be healthy. I checked my blood, I checked everything, looked at where I'm at. I checked my BMI. I looked at where I'm at with just the 20 pounds missing. And I said, I need to stop. And 2025 is my new life. And this is not one of those videos where it's like, now I'm skinny again. You know what I mean? You guys can see, but this is a video, like I said, to my future self. I'm showing myself how I can do this. I have, since January 1st, which is a couple of days ago, because we're the 20, I think we're the 28th. So 27 days ago, I have worked so hard. Every morning I wake up at 6 o'clock, 6:30, and I go to the gym. I work out. I do something. I still have the same diet that I have since November. And as of 30 minutes ago, I weigh 203. I have not been in the 90s, like I say, you know, the 190s, in 3 years. My end game of all of this is going to be 165. I will not rest until I see 165. And I want to log all this. I want to journal all this. I want to share this for either people that are in the same boat as me, people that are heading to the same place that I am, or people that, you know, just need that extra boost of motivation. You guys can all do it. This is going to sound kind of tough and kind of brutal, but the excuses stop. There are no excuses. This is not meant to be easy. This is meant to be difficult, right? Because you can do what everyone else does, but then you can't complain that you're feeling like everyone else. To do something out of the ordinary, to do something unique, to get to whatever goal it is, whether it's weight loss, whether it's to get big, whether it's to just be healthy, there's a journey for everyone. And I feel like it's important for me to share my journey.